What's going on, everybody? Subscribe to the channel if you're not. I just finally got this attachment so I can hold this selfie stick, basically, which is just part of my tripod. But it would make it a lot easier to film myself. I have big updates coming for this channel too. They're coming real soon, actually. I just need to get like some some props, basically. In this video, I'm going to talk about how society, well, since society has you in a box and they have you thinking a certain way, acting a certain way, I'm here to let you outside of that box. Okay, so one of the main topics that I want to talk about in this video is the fact that our food should be free, and more so, we should have our own supply of food. Because if you don't know, if you ever read any war book or any war situation, one of the highest tactical ways to take out an enemy, and you got to understand, the government is not being on our side. They're playing half and half, but more so they're going against us for their own agenda. And what's going on is they're taking out our food supply. They've done this, and it's like the highest, most easiest way to take out an enemy, basically, because we are the enemy to them. And why is that so? Because we outnumber them. If they outnumbered us, then it wouldn't be a big deal. This is the reason why they want to kill off people. And you've heard of, like, depopulation and certain theories out there too. Anything to scare you, basically, is what they try to do. Usually they don't kill people immediately. They want to slowly kill people, as it's in more discreet and in more disguise. So the problem with the food supply is that's why they're in control of it. If you don't see it, because how many of us, other than people who live in like tropical areas and maybe India and definitely like South America, obviously, maybe sometimes Mexico, and some southern states for sure. But if you ever look around and see we'll just say for fruits, for example, how many of you just see blackberry? And I'm not talking about people that live in the countryside either. How many of you actually just see like bushes, apple trees, blackberry bushes? You don't. I don't. It's very rare to see one of those. And I don't know if they've removed a lot of these so we don't have that food, because these fruits, we're talking about fruits for a minute, they can grow anywhere. But they don't grow all year round, unfortunately, in some areas. But they do grow pretty much anywhere. The thing is, though, is they're not around. And why aren't they around? It's because they want to be in control of those. Even little things like that, basically. And I know that seems very subtle, but it's very true. Because if you look around the cities, there's not a lot of, definitely when we talk even vegetables, but more so fruits. But here's the catch. They have whole apple farms. They have whole orchards of farms of apples. And here's my next theory, but it's not a theory, it's what I'm telling you, is they have all these productions. They have whole apple farms, whole dairy farms. You go to the store and get your food, but you never see how your food, where your food is coming from, how your food is raised. Doesn't matter if it's an apple, doesn't matter if it's meat, basically. You're not seeing how your food is raised. So basically what's going on is they have us blindly working, because the main essence that mostly people are working to get food. Other than to live, of course, yeah. But that's on a whole nother subject. We're just talking about food right now. Most people you need energy. You're gonna have to get energy. And so we're going into a store, they're being the middleman They're raising however they want. Even the people that are raising it to some degree are corrupt and stuck in their head, because you can see, we don't see the dairy farms. We aren't seeing how they are raising the chickens for your eggs and your meat and just all the meat in general. They're not seeing how they raise the vegetables. If we seen it, they wouldn't allow it. We wouldn't allow it. That's why it's done secretly, so you don't see it. And this is the whole point. We have enough land in any community, I don't care if you live in a city, to raise chickens, to have eggs, and also you can raise dairy and have cows. It's not rocket science. This is very easily done, like super easy to do. Especially the rich people with their yards and the suburbians that have yards that don't do nothing with them. And also many other factors in between that. But the whole point is, no one's even raising their food. And I'm not saying you have to go full homestead, but your local community you shouldn't be going to get your eggs somewhere else. You shouldn't be going to get your meat somewhere else. And pretty much nothing from somewhere else, because you have everything that you need to eat nutritionally right there. And this might not appeal to young people, because you're not taught about food. They don't teach you about food. One of the main things, one of the most deciding factors of your life is the food you eat. And they're basically hiding this from you. So here, now you see the full agenda. They set you up with a job that you have to do because they make the job for you to do, dummy. So you go do whatever dummy job you have to do to distract you and waste your time and manipulate you. And then you have to spend that money on food. Food, now the main point, is for free. The chicken lays the egg by itself. It doesn't take money for the chicken in any way possible to lay the egg. It can't. The chicken naturally lays the egg. Same thing with meat. It doesn't matter. They're charging you. And it's the same thing with electricity, water, and the sewer. They're not going to like this video. But it's the same thing. But I'm not getting on all that. All that stuff's free. They're charging you for it. They are charging you for it. And they're outnumbered. We are the ones that outnumber them. This is what they're afraid of, because they have to always have fear in them, because they are living in fear. It's like somebody who's getting chased by the cops. They have some fear and have to watch out. It's the same thing with us against them, though, because they have to do this stuff. They always have fear because they know eventually, and which is going to happen anyway, we're going to strike back. We're going to take back. They're going to fall. And as you can see, we are going somewhere else for our eggs. We can literally have the eggs, have the meat that we need, have the cow with the dairy, with the butter, cheese, whatever you want. High quality, without them doing whatever they're doing for the sake of it. And we can have it right there for free. Like right there. We won't even have to go anywhere to get it. So they have you in this trap. They put you in a city, box you in, make sure your food's far away so you don't see it, then charge you money for taxes to buy the food. You have to travel to get the food. And all the other things that people have unnecessary to do to get the meat and whatever else you need there. So as you can see, it's a big scam. Welcome to the circus. That's all I wanted to say for this video. And maybe some people will realize what's going on and wake up. And this is very easy to even orchestrate. But if we don't have to live in a place where we're not seeing what's done to our food and how it's raised. And if whatever food that we want to access, we could easily trade, because our communities, our little communities, whatever community in, instead of everyone being individualized, we could just get our food from right there and we could trade it with anybody. If we wanted a banana and you live up north, you could trade someone a piece of meat or some milk for the banana. Super easy. None of this, you know what I mean? You're not seeing your food. You're not seeing your food. Not seeing how it's raised, you know what I mean? And a whole slew of other factors. But those are pretty much the main ones. So subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day. Email me if you have something specific you want me to talk about, or leave a comment below. Welcome to your horizon. Have a nice one.